Funday live stream show. I hope everyone's having a wonderful day so far. Welcome to the show. It's going to be a fun, wonderful time for everybody. And we're going to do, as we always do at the beginning of the show, is we're going to scroll back up. I'm going to say hi to everybody. Russell Love Muscle, good to see you, baby. What's happening? All right. What's up, Jason A? What's up, Kenneth R. Knox? What's up, Chef Life 420? What's up, Van Island Beauty WB Grows in the Hizzy? What's up, Wicked Wonka 999? Good to see you, buddy. All right. Who have we missed? Anybody? There's JP Page 2. Good to see you. What's up, Magnum Opus? Good to see you, Kenneth. We've said hi to you. Have we missed anybody? All right. Now, let's go back to the live chat so I can see everybody's messages. All right. What's crack-a-lackin', everybody? I hope you're having a wonderful day. Excuse me. So far, we're sitting here at Lab 1. As you can tell, the phone seems to be stationary. One, I figured out the lock of the phone, so that's great. And two, we're just sort of sitting here at what is kind of functioning as my desk in the corner here. And I've been working on slowly reclaiming the space, kind of resetting stuff up as we get the new world for Potsquatch Growers going. But it's going really well, and I'm excited. Things are having fun. We're feeling good. There's some exciting potential developments on the horizon, both for me personally, but our little company, and these will be things that, if they go the way I think they will provide a large capital influx for us to begin to kind of get back to not only launching the CBD brand for everybody and having it available, but really expanding a lot of fun things and doing some fun stuff. So anyway, here. Hey, congratulations, Dylan. I mean, at the end of the day, we got the best magic mushrooms in the world here in British Columbia, Canada. And there's some good ones from other places too. But we got some crazy spores up here, so maybe we should chat. All right. What's up, O'Shea Ferrero? Good to see you, buddy. I hope you're doing well. What's up, Bonnie Grandstaff? Hello to you. Family Trees Grow Coast, welcome to the show. Tommy D, good to see you. All right. Chris Barton, what's happening, baby? Good to see you. All right. But, hell yeah, WB Grows. I mean, the funny thing is a lot of the business we do actually isn't in my own country. I mean, my country, in terms of how we run legalization, has made it extremely difficult for us to do anything. That's why we do a lot of business in other countries. We do a lot of business in the States, so a couple of the fun things that are on the development of potentiality here will be Uncle Potsquatch is going to potentially be consulting a bunch of grows, not only stateside, down in Portugal and a number of other countries, via some connections who want to do some work with me in terms of development. So we're working on that. And also, too, the kratom market. I mean, me and mine have set up an import-export business in terms of kratom out of, I believe it was Vietnam or Thailand. I can't remember where they were setting up. But long story short, I'm repping that and doing a bunch of that kind of stuff as well, in terms of sort of wholesaling to companies. And if that all works out the way it's looking like, I mean, we'll be able to kind of jump ahead on a bunch of fun projects. Launching the genetic brand, getting the CBD back available, coming down to the States and doing some of the sort of ideas I have for both Oklahoma and other states to try to help empower the farmers. And I'm excited. I'm very excited about that. Magnum Opus says, bought my first mushroom chocolate bar. Was 3.5 grams, and wow, way stronger than I thought it would be. Well, 3.5 grams on decent shrooms is a decent chunk of shrooms, my friends, I'll tell you. Darren James, when are you coming to London for a pint? Darren, right now, if this is Darren James, which I believe is my boy Darren, it might be a while before I can afford the ticket. I have the passport. Right now, I am working my duff off in terms of trying to be able to afford the mortgage and the rent and paying everything else out, as well as paying my legal bills in terms of the legal realities of battle with the ex. But that in and of itself is, to be honest, going decently. It's going decently. So, I'm hoping eventually soon I'll be able to do the great UK trip. What I'm thinking about as Uncle Potsquatch in terms of kind of what we need to do in terms of just sort of building what I'll call the camaraderie of our people, is that I'm just trying to find something I can like lift the phone up slightly higher with. That should work in theory. Sorry, I'm just like freestyling this. I missed the tripod that we used to have. We will get it back, but it's currently still at the house. Bear with me here. I'm just playing around with trying to make this somehow seemingly work. This sucks. Oh, I hate this setup sometimes. Bear with me, everybody. I'm just playing around with attempting to find a way to make this work. See, that's too high though. I feel like I gotta like stretch my neck out to talk. Now maybe we'll just fucking freehand it. Who gives a shit? So anyway, back to Darren James's question. I'd like to do a trip throughout the States, and I mean, I got to come over to, not only hit London, but we're going to hit Scotland, we're going to hit Ireland, we're going to head over to Germany. We've got contacts sort of throughout Europe, and we're going to be doing a bunch of stuff. So, I mean, I'd like to do kind of we'll do the Potsquatch North American tour. We'll do the Potsquatch UK and European tour, and then who knows what'll come next after that. But I mean, what I hope to do is just sort of do a trip. I mean, I do have a number of business ventures where we could justify certain things of going to certain places and talking about that. But I'd like to be fair, just go for a bloody pint with all of you and get to know you, and it'll be a good time. Hell yeah, O'Shea. How's that oil cooking down thing? All right, by the way, everybody, I'm just reading here. Trichromes, Roxy socks. I mean, I got a few of my basic things. Obviously, I've got the animals. I've got a few of my clothes and stuff. The ex has said, oh, well, I'll try to take a weekend off work and then I'll be able to, bring Josh the rest of his crap. And I'm like, all right, well, I'm not holding my breath. I'm hoping it's sooner rather than later. But we're working on it. So we're hoping it'll happen soon. All right, here. Bear with me here, everybody. I'm just reading. What's up, Russell? Good to see you, buddy. What's up, Greg Page? Hey, man, I'll come down and check out New York, man. Yes, I did, Eugene Dolan. No, I don't even need to watch the documentary about it. I mean, I know a number of friends, close personal friends who've had cluster headaches, and I mean, let's be fair, magic mushrooms did not work for them, but some people it does. I mean, the one thing I will say about magic mushrooms is they're not this perfect magical thing that works for everyone. It is one of many things that may or may not work. And this is where I'm going to be a voice of reason when it comes to these new age therapies, okay? It doesn't necessarily just work for everybody. I personally never really experienced almost any of the positive things in magic mushrooms, and I'm just going to be honest with that. I struggle with depression, anxiety. There is no brain reset. There is no, ooh, I feel so much better. Nope, there's not. It's called, I had a fun trip, and I still struggle with my own things. So, when it comes to plant-based medicines, when it comes to these naturopathic things, we got to remember that it's not a one-shoe-fits-all, okay? We need to be actually intelligent in this. And we also need to not misrepresent the hypothetical potential, okay? It's not like this is going to work for you automatically. No, it could work. It works for many, but it may not. And so this is where, like, I've always been big on not getting people's hopes up on certain things. You can have some hope, but be mindful that it may not work for you. And I think this is, as we sort of delve into this whole new world of all these new therapies and these new plant-based and naturopath medicines, we need to remember to represent it the way it really is, which is, it's not a miracle cure. Nothing ever has been, but it may work. Okay? But at the end of the day, I mean, for the dude who they made a documentary film about his cluster headaches going away, great, awesome, cool. I have a very similar disorder. I'm a neuropathic pain patient. I've just learned to live with it mentally, and developed my own mental things, and I use cannabis for it. And to be fair, alcohol as well helps a little bit as well. But it is very important for us to be real with people and not misrepresent things. And the key word or common ideology to it is the hypothetical potential of it actually helping. Don't make guarantees to people. It's the same with the strain of this strain does this. No strain does one thing for anyone. What's up, Johnny Summertime? I don't know if you've checked the tracking number. It hasn't shown up here yet, but yeah. Dylan says, when was the last time you were in Denver? I've never been in Denver. I've barely been to the United States. What's up, Yeti Mountain Trading? Good to see you, buddy. Oh, and Yeti Mountain Trading, by the way, I've got prices. I meant to reach out to you. I've got prices on both isolate and distillate for you. So we'll go from there. We can talk later. What's up, Reverend Veritas? Good to see you, buddy. How you doing, man? Watching me on a drive home. All right. Pay attention to the road, though. Don't get too excited. Johnny Summertime says, yes, the tracking says it should be there this Thursday. Wonderful. Excited. Beyond excited. We'll do a shout-out video to you when it shows up, buddy. And, share with everybody what you think, what you have gifted to us. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, Yeti Mountain Trading. Also, too, if you're just buying I can't remember. I'm pretty sure my pricing's by the kilo, because, that's how it works typically. Yeah. So, if it's just a couple of keys, that ain't really a big deal. But we can do up to, hell, you need 10,000 keys, or if you and yours do, we can do anything you need. Sorry. Jillian says, I would check Colorado out. It's like rectangle Canada. Well, I would disagree. There's very few places in the States that are even approaching what it's like in Canada. But I'm down to check it out. I know there's a couple places in the States where, in terms of the people at least, they seem kind of like Canadians. But, maybe that's just my own Canadian ego go, no, we're our own special thing. But anyway. Oh, it happens, O'Shea. Well, I'm glad it's cooking out down and going well, and you haven't blown yourself up yet, so that's good. Everybody, O'Shea's has been doing a traditional, sort of old school butane blast run. I'm not a huge butane blaster; it's not really my thing, but it's been turning out good for him, and he's happy, so I'm happy for him. Chris Bryant, that makes sense, especially if there's any form of head trauma in terms of that. Hell yeah. And if you're driving right now, Yeti, drive well, my friend. You almost did this time. Okay, O'Shea, be careful, buddy. Be careful. We don't need you to blow yourself up while you're trying to cook down the butane, okay? I hope you're doing it outside. Yo, what's up, Red Claus? How you been doing, my friend? Good to see you. What's up, Mud Swat? Good to see you, buddy. I don't even have my vape. 1 second here, everybody. Grab my vape. I'll be back. He's on this walking. Hey, shush. Puppies, no. Be quiet. All is well. There's nothing to freak out about. Grab a grinder. What kind of weed do I want to smoke? Maybe we should smoke some peanut butter breath. Yeah, I like the peanut butter breath. All right. Just in case we want to smoke a joint. You know what I'm saying? There we go. All right. Great page. So did I win your contest? Well, as we've already shared, everyone who made an attempt has won. Only problem is all the genetics are currently tied up with my crazy X. So we don't have anything to give away. I don't even have my genetic library at the moment, or as I like to affectionately call my vault. We are working on getting all of my stuff back legally, and we hope that's going to come to fruition soon. But everyone's going to have to be patient on that one. Be patient. Russell, this is my smallest bag. All right. So, Johnny Summertime says, I did 2 sets of crosses with 2 different males, a BC cheese from BC Bud Depot, and the other is a Puffo Gelato from Raw Genetics. There's 7 different crosses there. Hell yeah, buddy. I can't wait to check it out, my friend. All right, let's go with that, O'Shea. I dig it. All right. What's up, James Mercer? Good to see you, buddy. All right. And that's the funny thing, O'Shea. You and oh bloody hell, who else did I give them to? Glenn has some. Glenn Wells has some. You have some. And I think there's... our boy Jason A has some. I'm hoping that we get my Orange Warrior Widow Beans back, the F1 there. But if I don't, you three are the only ones who have them. Greg Page says, just wondering because videos are hard to find. No, Matt Hall. It's you can go back and find out some of the basic details. I know, I'm finally healing and feeling better about where I'm at. I don't want to delve into this show on the shit that's been going on anymore. I've already done it. There's been every live stream before this one has got pieces to the story that if you're really interested, you can go back and watch, but we're not going to go there. Let's just put it to you this way. The one thing I will say is they proved to not be who they seemed to be and betrayed me in the worst possible ways. Mogwai, I'm doing a live stream show. Fuck off. I may have to throw the toy for the dogs, everybody. 1 second. I'm just going to throw the toy for the puppy. All right, go fight with each other. Where's the rubber toy? There it is. Okay, go get it. Whee! All right, puppies, go fight. You may hear the dogs arguing and fighting over a rubber toy in the background. But, we'll just leave it at that, and that's all we need to talk about. Russell the Love Muscle, what do you mean in that regard? What's up, Miss Case Garden? Good to see you. What's up, Dirty Bronx Native? How you doing, my friend? All right. An S2. Ew, I hate feminization. A Shay, make it an F2. Keep it proper. Make a male fuck a lady. But then again, I hate feminization on seeds. So that is the number one reason why genetic stores are being destroyed slowly but surely. Russell the Love Muscle says, this is my first time, and I'm absolutely blown away with it so far. First time with what? Growing? Just growing in general? Because if that's what you're saying, I feel you. And O'Shea Ferrero says, yes, F2, laugh out of my bed. Okay, good, awesome. You were scaring me there. I was like, dude, don't you dare take an F1 of mine and feminize it into an S2. That's sacrilegious. The mind behind that one. Don't do it. It's like a spitting in the face of what the genetic is meant to be, my friend. Don't do it. Oh, God, don't do it. All right, no, that's perfect, O'Shea. F2 is fine. Totally okay. I'm curious to see how you stabilize that out, what you pick to go with that. But, when you said S2, that scared shit. I'm like, no, don't do it, son. That's not what the weed meant to be, son. Do it an F2, buddy. Sorry. I'm just rolling a joint out, by the way, everybody. All right. Dylan's like, Potsquatch, you are too funny. I mean, I would like to think I'm amusing at least. I personally find myself amusing at least. But no, thank you very much, Dylan. I appreciate it. Dirty Bronx Native says, my cafe races are finishing up. I can't wait. Hell yeah. I'm assuming that's a strain. I've never heard of it, so that's why I'm assuming it's a strain, because I've never heard of that one. Do you know the lineage on what's behind that one, my friend? Cali Exotics, can I explain what happened to Lux LED? No, because I don't pay attention to other LED companies, nor do I really care if they fall apart. I would have to make some phone calls and do a little research. I have no idea. To be fair, I mean, when it comes to competitive companies, I don't really pay attention to their shit unless there's like a big, dramatic thing where I could be like, see, they were bullshit the whole time. Like kind of when Spider Farmer got caught out line about what chips they were using. That I'll pay attention to. But someone who's watching the show may know the story there, and they may be able to share with you what happened there. All right. There we go. Joints rolled for what I wanted. All right. Greg Page says, have you ever run Orange Sunset Sherbert? Just wondering on the stretch. No, it's too new age for me. I mean, most new age strains I've never grown because I resist anything new age and have very little use for them. So I have no real comment on that one. So yeah, no Tommy D. This is the new look. I just trimmed this today. So I'm keeping this exactly at the level you're seeing now. This is my new look for my acting career. No, I just left them in the window. And if, in terms of covering them, if you mean, do I use a hydrodome? No, I don't. I've never been one, rarely to use a hydrodome for anything. Um, Especially with water cloning, the cutting is able to absorb enough water to keep the cells of the plant alive and rocking. You don't need to do a hydrodome. Often I find with hydrodomes, you're going to run into, as certain cellular areas desiccate, you're going to have mold issues, and I just don't do it. Peanut butter breath, Matt Hall. I'm not smoking it yet, but I rolled some peanut butter breath there. Yeah, so Cali Exotics, I was aware of the fire supposed issues. And Monsanto, I mean, let's be fair, Monsanto has been working in close partnership with the guy who owns Miracle Grow. They're all in bed together, and they are slowly trying to take out companies and this and that. Good, let them do it. At the end of the day, they can become as big as they want. Um, you know, we're never going to stop doing what we're going to do. And less competition, owned by a giant conglomerate. Well, let's look what happened to the Canadian weed industry. Eventually, those giant conglomerates fail because they have zero fucking clue of what they're actually doing. Johnny Summertime Peanut Butter Breath in general, I quite like. It was grown by one of my students, loving what they're into and what they did with it. So I've been digging it. That's why I bought it. And James Mercer, what nutrients are you using? As always, I use Green Planet nutrients. That is my happy space and what I'm into. Russell Love Muscle says, okay, awesome, because I'm definitely going to be taking clones for these bad bitches. And I say, go for it, motherfucker. Hell yeah. That's right, Miss Case Garden. Ooh, do you like it, baby? All right. um, Maybe, but I mean, Gavita's never going to be on top. Gavita's going to be the biggest, douchebag go-to name. But I mean, at the end of the day, where Gavita does make good products. Gavita took a really long time to get into the LED market. They spent a lot of money in development. But I'm going to tell you that the issue with Gavita is like, it is a high-tech device, but you're charging too much for it. And the fact is, little guys like me are going to keep building rigs that compete with the Gavita, if not outperform it, and make it vastly more affordable. You're going to have to kill us to stop. So, good luck. Sorry, everybody, I'm just reading. Cafe Racers, Girl Scout Cookies by GDP. All right, so Bag Appeal, General Nose, General Bud Formation on GSC, decent, like it. I think it's overrated. Love a good GDP, though. Oh, come on, Russell, the Love Muscle. I'm having fun saying the full name. Come on now. Hell yeah, Dirty Bronx Native, that's the way to go. I mean, for a while there, actually, I'm not going to go there. I was going to say, there was a number of sales we lost because our partners offered to sell them a build-it-yourself kit instead of our systems and screwed us out of a lot of sales. But we're not going to go there. We'll just leave it alone. You know what? The 301H Evo, to be fair, like, far too expensive to make light affordable. And let's be fair, the subtle increase on anything, you're better off using a 301H or a 301B. The 301H Evo is still far too expensive in terms of production, and I have not seen a real increase to justify the 45% expenditure on the acquisition of the chip. There's a reason why we ended up using the LM561C for so long, because nothing was that much better in terms of the 301B in comparison back to the LM561C, and it didn't justify the price. We're in the business of building you a rig that's going to work well, be reliable, and affordable. And if something is going to cost you 40 to 60% more money, it better be a fucking shitload more than just a fraction of an increase of efficacy. Because if it's not, waste of money. Also, too, we stay with the standard tech, not the new, popular one. Then we're going to be able to fucking sell you a light even cheaper. Sorry, everybody, I'm just reading now. Yo, what's up? That guy channel 2. Good to see you, buddy. Rock and roll. How you been, baby? All right. Yeah, all LEDs do come from actually Korea. Okay, so, the good ones. Samsung LEDs are not produced in China. They're produced in South Korea, first of all. So a true Samsung LED is produced in Korea, South Korea, not North Korea. North Korea doesn't have the tech to do anything. But what you're misconstruing on the information is essentially 95 to 98% of the boards, the chips, etc., are produced in China, and that's a true story. Ours are as well. We buy our chips out of Korea, we get them put into a board in China. Now, if I were to dissolve my business relationships with Brett, I will be looking for a board and strip producer that can take the South Korean acquisitions of our LEDs and build them somewhere else. Because right now, one of the big things the world is looking at is that we can't do business with China anymore. China and the party and the Communist Party of China is arguably the biggest threat to the world right now. So we cannot do business with them anymore, which to be honest, is hard because a majority of the world's parts for everything are built in China. But I will correct you on that. The LEDs aren't produced in China. The LEDs are produced in South Korea if they're a Samsung True chip, but they are then built into the boards or the strips in China. And that has been how the industry is run the whole time. No. So Alibaba is not the same as buying from these high-priced companies. It's Alibaba has 1,001 different suppliers. It's like an eBay. It's like Amazon. There's 1,001 different sellers. So you got to be really careful when purchasing on Alibaba because a majority of the options on Alibaba are fakes. There's a lot of fake chips out there, especially given the pandemic and stuff. At the beginning of the pandemic, we went and bought every single true mean well driver available in North America. Literally, as a company, we bought every one to make sure we had stuff to build stuff. So given the pandemic, supply chain issues the last number of years, fakes are more rampant now than they've ever been before. That was a big deal with Spider Farmer when they got caught for lying. They were using a 301D chip and some weird obscure knockoffs as well, and they got caught doing it because it's like the true chip doesn't have this little wire bit in it, and then you see that, you're like, oh, not a true chip. So you got to be careful, everybody. Be very wary. It's like if you're a bodybuilder, buying the right steroids or right human growth hormones. I mean, it's like most of it's fake unless you know where to go. Same is to be said for both genetics. Same is to be said for LED lighting parts. I mean, it's just the nature of the beast and consumerism and the world we live in now. Kind LED is a substandard crap lighting system, always have been. They were even worse than King LED King Plus back in the day, which is what we started the channel with. Oops, I forgot to put my phone on Do Not Disturb. Sorry, everybody. Bear with me. Where is it? Sorry about that. I had to turn on Do Not Disturb on my phone. Kind LED, useless, in my humble 2 cents. Okay, I feel like I've missed a bunch. Okay, bear with me, everybody. I'm reading people's shit here. Eric Grant's artistry, we're sitting at about 5 days since sprouting, and they are blowing the fuck up. We'll show you those in a little bit. Hey, much love, Miss K. Thanks for showing up, my sister. Keep it real. Magnum Opus, I mean, I don't think so either. And well, I'm sure there's some form of manufacturers, but let's be fair. You don't need a North American manufacturer of LEDs. Just do business with South Korea. The South Koreans, our grinders are also made in South Korea. Our grinders that we sell are made at a factory just down the road from Samsung. South Korea, good business. Go the Koreans. South Korea, good, safe, ethical. Do business with them. Fuck China. That's the issue here. It's going well, Top Cutter. How you doing, my friend? Greg Page. Yes, I'm aware of who HLG is. We're not going to talk about HLG. I have my own opinions about their owners. Matt Hall, should you buy the same lights if you have two different tents? I mean, it's up to you, really. I mean, whatever you want to do. See, the funny thing is, Magnum Opus, I mean, they may assemble in the USA, but yeah, their parts are from China. Like, I remember when we ordered our HLGs that we used way back when before we launched our own lighting brand, all the parts came wrapped in Chinese newspaper. What does that tell you? Victor, currently nothing until we get the stock back, but in our store, we'll have our genetics brand. We also will have a connection to the website to buy our lighting systems. We will also have all of our CBD products. We will be also launching our Hemperette line very soon. We've got a lot of fun things in store for everybody. Our clothing line, our rolling papers, our everything. Inventronics are a crap driver. They are a knockoff of a Meanwell. They have been for 3 or 4 years, and they switched to Inventronics years ago. And that is just another example of why the large companies are greedy and they're going to maximize profit and not take care of you. Cali Exotics, we're one of the only brands left that give a shit about you, in my humble 2 cents. Essentially, Dirty Bronx native, yes. In my humble 2 cents, anyway. Sorry, everybody, I'm just reading now. I mean, Eric Grant's artistry, it would be a fun gimmick, but I don't think that's something that's actually profitable nor worth the development in terms of cost. Because for me, when I want a grinder, I just want the thing to work. And it's funny. The one thing I will say that's interesting, my ex, when she brought me, she like, all of our shit's still there. But she did bring me one of the grinders, but I know this one. This was the first ever made Potsquatch Growers grinder. The metal they used on it was slightly darker than the other laser inscriptions, a little brighter. There was always this discoloration of oxidization over the last, 3 or 4 years since I got it. But this is actually the first ever made Potsquatch Growers grinder. I spent $100 on this one to be made, for them to prove it to me and send it to me that it was going to be what I wanted. And then we ordered the rest of them. But this is the very first one ever to exist, funnily enough. Dirty Bronx native, Mars Hydro is Chinese bullshit, owned by the third largest corporation in China called Lanshan LLC, and they are not there to look out for you. They are douchebags. I'm just going to tell you the truth. Oh, Dylan, I mean, I like our rolling papers. I'm going to pack them right here. Potsquatch Growers, all natural hemp rolling papers. What's up, Catch You Reload? How you doing? Fun name. I like it. Hell yeah. How's that grinder working? You still using it there, Johnny Summertime? Well, and one thing I was hoping for this winter, I mean, let's be honest with you. What I was really hoping to do was I was hoping this would be finally the winter where we launched our hoodies, where we launched our beanies, as the Americans call them. We call them toques, by the way, in Canada. We also invented the actual hat, so you should call it a toque, not a beanie, because it's a toque. But neither here nor there. You know, and I was really hopeful that that was going to be something that we achieved this winter. It's not going to happen. But next winter, though, mark my words, by next winter, we are going to have that happen. Magnum Opus says, have you ever heard of Sunundaman? It's a new plasma. $8,000 a light, but needs 34 inches overhead, supposed to be close to a sun and artificial lights. I haven't. I'm going to have to look into it, but I'll put it to you this way. As a grower, from a pragmatic standpoint, both as a grower, as someone who's a consultant who designs, grows, and consults grows, I would never advise anyone spending $8,000 on a light when you can basically get, for $8,000, you can get 8 or 9 of my lighting systems, blow that singular light out of the water with our rigs, and then wait till that technology comes down in price. That would be my number one recommendation to anyone in business. So Magnum Opus, even if it is like the coolest, newest age tech, fuck it. Stupid. Don't do it. How do you mean, Vic Victor? I mean, tuning in, liking, subscribing is a great way to support. Right now, I don't think we have any app other than like you can make donations, obviously, through the channel, but YouTube does take 40% of that. I don't know much. Let's be fair. Maybe you guys and girls in season days are a little smarter than I am. I mean, I've always felt weird about this, but I've come to accept it. Fine. For those of you who want to do it, you want to do it. What's a good app to use that I could be like, here, you could make a donation through here that's not going to take 40%? Do any of you know? I don't really know, but I don't know how all that fancy schmancy crap works. I mean, let's be fair. We started this channel. Uh-oh, my ride's here. No, I'm just joking. I don't know if you can hear the sirens in the background. I was just being funny. But I don't really know all those hip apps and stuff. You know, I started this channel with a cell phone. I'm still using a cell phone to do this show too, by the way. For Canadians, yeah, Canadians, if you want to make a donation, technically an e-transfer works. But most of our audience isn't Canadian. And it's never required. None of what we do here at Potsquatch Growers ever requires a donation. You don't have to pay for the knowledge. You don't have to pay for the content. It is a passion piece for us. That's part of why we started the company. That's part of why we started all these other things. So if you want to, you know, you can buy things. You can do that. Dirty Bronx Native goes, oh, there's no Cash App in Canada. Boom, there we go. See, we learned something new right there. Catch a Reload says, I would pay to see your stand up. I'm actually been gearing up to actually kind of go hit. I mean, I've been out of this sort of the scene for a while, so I was going to go hit up the amateur night at Yuck Yuck. So I was going to go do a few of those things and sort of, you know, dust off the old haunches of comedy. But that's going to be something we're going to be doing just for fun in my own sort of creative world and career. Is Rayon LED Chinese? To my knowledge, yes. To be fair, yeah, Magnum Opus, like most of my money is like, you know, if someone's paying me even for like doing a gig here or consultation, that's all e-transfers now. To be fair, like let's be honest, e-transfers are pretty cool. Like, I mean, that was a good invention. Took a while for it to catch on, but just gonna make sure that we've got this on live chat so we're seeing everybody's messages. Yep, we do. All right. I mean, yeah, Eugene Dolan. I mean, and they take 40% of any donation you make during the show. They take 40% of it. They take 40% of all membership dues as well. It's just the nature of the beast. And then they also make it so we don't make any ad revenue and persecute us and hit us with strikes wrongfully. And it sucks, but it is what it is. And it's like, you know what? Even if they're taking 40%, the little donations and the membership dues that people pay have actually been something that's been very helpful for me while I've been trying to rebuild everything. You know, like, you know, even if it's just 150 to $200 that comes in once a month, I mean, that little bit pays for a power bill. It pays for a bill here of trying to get things going. And I will humbly admit that it has nearly broken me financially to try to pay for my half of the mortgage and pay for living here and all the lawyers and all that. And big shout out to my parents who have been helping me as well, trying to keep afloat. I've got a very large debt hole to dig my way out of now, but I'm working at it and it's all good. Never say die, never give up, never surrender. You know what I'm saying? So, if you're wondering why there's a pink glow, I've got some fun little like purple kind of Christmas lights there. So that's where that pink glow is coming from, by the way, if you're wondering. Because I was wondering for a second. I was like, my curtains are purple. I was like, is it coming from the curtains? I'm like, oh, no. It's actually, in fact, the weird Christmas lights above me. Oh hell yeah, Dirty Bronx. And I'm hoping it all comes back, and I'm hoping that my ex was nice enough to go pick up the package and keep it safe for me, and so we can still do that giveaway. I mean, catch you reload. You at the club, man? Stop lying, brother. I can't motherfucking afford the club, son. I mean, like screw that, man. Plus, I never liked the club. I mean, I worked door for a bunch of clubs, but it's like, man, the club is the last place you're going to catch me these days, unless I'm performing. If you're performing or paying me to come perform a rap or do a show or MC for an electronica night, I mean, I'll do that. But typically, you're going to catch Uncle Potsquatch in a bar, hole in the wall, a pub, a place for the real people to go. Actually, Dirty Bronx native. I actually was an underground rap guy at the battles, and I would slay. And I'm actually working on the first track. Funnily enough, it's becoming more of an R&B track than a rap track, even though originally it was meant to be a rap track, but with the instrumental that's been put together by District Records that we're working with. The lyrics that are coming out of me are more of like an R&B thing. I'm actually singing in it. It's weird. I mean, I don't normally sing, but it's like it's what I had in me to do, and it's like, no, that's what this song is bringing out of me. But yeah, no, bro, I can flow with the best of them, son. Well, I got friends in all types of places there. Catch you reloading. So Kenneth R. Knox, if we're talking about my lighting systems, I would do a double squatch. Realistically, in a tent, you don't need the rack style, so I would go with a standard double squatch with X4 3500 Kelvin board. Unless you really want those far reds, which are kind of superfluous until we hit a 2600 par average rating, which no one has. Excuse me. Matt Hall, rap for us, Squatch. Well, I don't want to do it a cappella because I'm not really in the mood. We're in the show mode right now. I got to kind of get into that right mindset to do it. Back when I used to do battles back in the day, I mean, I spent a long time getting ready. And all the instrumentals I could probably easily flow to you right now we're going to get hit with a copyright strike. And right now we're not looking for any issues of getting fucked with more than we already are by YouTube. Greg Page, looking for a very potent indica. Any recommendations? Well, I mean, if you can actually find them, yeah, I've lost them. A true Master Kush, amazing. A true Burmese Kush, amazing. A true Rockstar Kush, classic. Proper purple that is a decent pheno, which is rare and even harder to find. Dank as fuck. Northern Lights is an indica dom from back in the day. I prefer number 4, number 5. There's a lot of good ones. King's Kush, newer age Kush, even though I wouldn't call it new age now because it's old enough. I mean, I love that shit. I love a good tuna Kush. There's been some decent vanilla Kushes out there. I've seen some decent kosher Kushes as well. Bubblegum indica, classic, super hard hitting, one of the most resinous indicas I've ever met in a North American development. Excretes rosin in an astonishing way. What's up, Hootie? How you doing, buddy? Good to see you. Yeah, Van Allen Beauty, we can totally see the babies. Just give me a minute, we'll go do that. A Mendocino Perps and Veg right now. I mean, I've never worked with it, but I'm aware of it. I mean, yeah, it sounds good. I got some Mendo cherries myself going right now. And anything that's got any form of a perp to work into it is dope. Probably one of the best producing, hardest hitting indicas from back in the day. It's something that was developed by a local Canadian grower who's dropped off the map as of 20 years ago. But, you know, it's I call it the Halloween indica strain. And yes, I'm switching over to whiskey there, Canadian rye whiskey. Shout out to Jim Leahy. God rest you. Alberta Premium. Do a little Diet Pepsi in there. But I never really had a specific name either. I always called it kind of the Halloween strain because it comes out black and orange, and it was astonishingly good. Fucking loved that shit. But it is what it is. King's Kush was not developed by Royal Queen Seeds, but they do have an available version of it, I'm sure. They typically do have versions of popular things, but King's Kush, a proper one, is good. Can't You Reload and Bubblegums from Indiana? Well, maybe according to your history, Bubblegum Indica is a Canadian invention to my memory of it, and the ones I've worked with were Canadian. But that's part of the things there. How much does double scotch cost when the store opens? Actually, Canthar Knox, you can order double scotch right now. It's all on Soul Strip's website there. So we release those in partnership with Soul Strip there. Hindu Kush, classic. My only negative comment, Victor, to Hindu Kush is it's powerful, it's potent, it's amazing, it's dank as fuck. It's just not a producer. I can do decently well with it myself, but it's only because I know the strain really, really well, and it's not great. What's up, Dr. Green Thumb? Good to see you, buddy. Yeah, I ain't dead yet, Dr. Green Thumb. Working on it. How you been, baby? Wait, you're glad to hear that I had shitty times? I don't think that's what you meant. And if that's what you meant, well, haters gonna hate, but I don't think that's what you meant there. Propane, says Johnny Summertime. What's up, Roman Reckless? How you doing, baby? Good to see you, man. All right, welcome to the show. All right. Have I ever made my own liquor? I've made my own beer. I've made moonshine occasionally. I like making Grasolina. One of these old days, I gotta get myself a still together, but one of these days I'll get there. Girl Scout cookies, a true Girl Scout cookies. Great flower formation, great producer, great bag appeal, decent nose, decent enough potency. I've always felt it was a little overrated, but for me as a breeder as well, though, GSC is a great thing to mix with other things. Well, it's Black Friday. Well, me and Brett haven't spoken in 8 or 9 months. I don't even know if they're still fucking selling Squatch lights. I'm assuming they are. I haven't even checked. My life fell apart so hard, and Brett has not even. Now, mind you, let's be fair. Brett's paid me once in 3 years, so who knows? I mean, I've been kind of just biding the time because it gave us a brand awareness and out there and gave you guys access to lights, even if I was getting screwed on them, that were good and fixable, and I could teach you how to fix them. So there's every possible chance that in the future I'll either dissolve partnership with Brett or buy his company and take over production and move it to Canada, to be completely honest. But that's just me being honest. DLC OG, it's all good, man. I mean, I'm not going to really get into a lot of past stuff, but go back and watch those shows. Okay, good, awesome. So at least Brett, humbly thank you for keeping the brand out there and aware. He and I just need to have a good meeting, and Brett's always been a good dude. You know what I mean? I just, you know, we've never had true transparency in terms of the actual things. Like, I mean, the one thing I think, Brad, if you're watching at home, what I want access to is I want to see traffic to the Potsquatch lights. I want sales reports. I want it from the website. I want to see what's actually happening. But I don't know if that'll ever happen. So that's where I may do my own thing. They have a sale on the Big Squatch. Okay, well, that's good. Okay, so there's a sale on. At least Brett's still trying to help us in terms of helping you. So there we go, everybody. Big Squatch is on sale. To be fair, the double Squatch is no different than the big Squatch, except it's got a larger driver and it's just two big Squatches. It should technically be on sale too, unless we're having a shortage of the 480H Meanwell drivers, which is what powers the double squatch, and then therefore, boom. I mean, if there's a shortage, definitely, supply and demand. Don't put it on sale. That makes sense too. But Dale's GOG, I'm doing well enough, and I'm starting to kind of put my life back together. We came this close to losing completely everything. We technically have kind of lost almost everything still, but we're working on it legally and fighting the ex dumb bitch. Wicked Wonka 99 is the double squatch separatable, or as in like, can you separate them into two individual rigs? No. I mean, well, okay. We build our double squatch, okay, two fixtures, one driver, and they're both on the lead. So it gives you sort of a duplicitous way of playing with them. It's still a singular rig, though. It doesn't come with two drivers that feed into it, no. It's powered off a singular double-leaded 480H Meanwell driver. The shop currently right now, Dylan, is closed down because literally everything my company owns is still locked away in the house I own that my ex-bitch is being a cunt about. What's up, Super Dank Seed Bank? Good to see you. Also, too, Super Dank Seed Bank, we still need to talk about that. We can definitely do an episode where we do a bunch of giveaways and promote you guys on some shit there. I remember you bringing that up in the last live stream. We're down to do it. AKA, what's up, retarded green thumb? Hey, Eric Grant's artistry, much love, man. Keep it real. Oh, dude, thank you so much, Roman Reckless, dude. You're always so generous, man. I really appreciate it, man. And everyone, I want to take a moment, not just because of the donation, but Roman Reckless has been a Potsquatch for years and very knowledgeable light. Well, I'm gonna call him light nerd. He's very knowledgeable in terms of that, and he, when we launched lighting brand, as we developed new rigs, and as we were representing it and doing our thing, Roman Reckless was a big supporter and helped us sort of fight off the haters and hit it with like actual breakdowns and all that too. You know what I'm saying? I know you own a seed bank now, bro. We talked about it in the last show, and I said yes to doing a supported thing of that. Do I have a seed line? We were on the verge of launching it before my ex-bitch betrayed me. Daleski OG, it happens, man. As I make the joke, you gotta be pretty to make it in the big city, man. So I shaded off, and I mean, the good thing is the ladies have been liking it, I'll tell you that. Roman Reckless, I'm a plant nerd first. No, I'm a plant nerd first too, but it's like, Roman, like, your knowledge of lights has been so helpful, especially when it came to like kind of, standing up some of the haters and like, just, and you stood by us. And I guess all I was really trying to do was say thank you. And I love you. My bro. Oh, hell yeah. Soil biology is an amazing, wonderful world to delve into, man. It's a lot of fun. Super Dank Seed Bank. I would like to do a wholesale order of Canadian seeds from the next generation. Yeah, I mean, when we get it ready, I got to get the beans back. And then the fact is, I don't know how, like, I've got like 40,000 beans I produced, but I don't know how they sit right now. I don't know how they've been stored, so I've got to do a bunch of tests on them before I can release anything into market, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and everybody, like, Roman, you bought one for your mom, too, didn't you, Roman? Am I remembering that story correctly? I think I am. I think Roman even bought one of our lights for his mom. Like, that's how much Roman believed in our lights. He bought one for his mom. And I'm sorry. But if you believe in a lighting brand, you buy one for your mom. Also, I think it's dope that your mom wanted to grow light. How are the puppies and the dog doing? Oh man, Eugene, they're doing well. Right now, the puppies are cuddling right here. I'll show you. I'll show you the little poopers. They're sitting on their beanbag chair here, relaxing. There's little Moggy. Here's little Moggy. Hi, Moggy. And here's little Betty. And little Betty. Oh, the Betty, boo, boo, boo. And the doctor's over here on the bed, cleaning himself. What's up, Doc? There's the poopies. There's a Muggy. Who's a good boy, Muggy? That's a good boy. That's a good boy. That's a good girl, Betty. That's a good girl, Betty. No. And there's the Doc. Okay. These purple lights are pissing me the fuck off. I'm unplugging them. Whoop. I'm making them fall too. 1 second here, everybody. I didn't really set them up. I was just kind of playing around with orientation, so just gonna unplug the purple. The orange doesn't really fuck with the color rendering of the camera, but the purple was pissing me off. Orange is fine. I have a red toned skin, but the purple just made me look weird. Jay Vike, those are dogs. They're just small dogs. Super Dank, the Sasquatch strain, one, there's only 9 or 10 beans of it that exist. I don't think I will get a viable male out of it. I might. The Sasquatch strain may only be able to come back into existence, as much as this is a sacrilegious statement for me, as a feminized version. Oh, yeah. It's good. She's a little warm. Whew. I had that Pepsi sitting there for a while. I didn't have any ice. Forgot to make ice. Whew. Yuck. Not yuck, but I might actually legitimately put that Pepsi and whiskey in the fridge and switch back to beer there. Oh, you got a wiener, dog? Hell yeah. Dr. Green Thumb, typically I use Green Planet nutrients. The things in the Green Planet line, some of them are natural, some of them are synthetic. I have no issues with synthetic salt-based nutrient, to be honest with you. It's all the same shit. I mean, certain companies where it would come from I would have issue with, but Green Planet is a wonderful place to go. All right, we're reading now. Wait, Rowan, you're telling me you bought your mom a big squatch and she liked it so much that she went and bought her own second big squatch? Man, Roman, next time you talk to your mom, you just tell her Uncle Potsquatch says, 1, I love you. 2, I think you're a gangster ass woman, and I appreciate you. Hey, Greg Page, I appreciate you, baby. Keep it real. Super Dank Seed Bank. I mean, we're never going to really release feminized seeds, so we will occasionally, but we are on a mission to re-educate people at home. We're making them affordable, though. Our 25 pack of beans retails at $50 USD in our company. So the regular beans, but we make them affordable. And so 25 beans, $50 USD plus shipping. That's how we do business, man. But we need to get away from feminization. We need to get back to regular beans and teaching people, 1, how to handle a regular bean, but 2, why it's important for us to keep doing that. Oh, I remember that interview, man. It was a great one, Retarded Green Thumb. I had a great time with you. It was a good time. Dr. Green Thumb says, I'm glad to hear you get all sorts of different folks. A shout out to Roman's mom. Right? Dr. Green Thumb? Hell yeah. Shout out to Roman's mom. I agree. Go Roman's mom. Roman's mom, you're dope. We love you. Feminized equals Frankenstein. Funnily enough, Dirty Bronx native, we actually had a Bubba Cherry Firefly cross, and then we had this one pheno that came out that in the end became our favorite phenotype, and we called it the Frankenplant. But it was a reg, though. I like regs, too. True growers and true breeders, we only use regs. We don't like fem. Hey, Gonjanona, your mama, good to see you, baby. We missed you. Welcome to the show. My God, what time is it there? Must be 5 o'clock. You're, I think, 8 hours ahead. So that'd be, it's like 1 a.m. maybe? 1 a.m. or so, Gonjanona? Oh, think it's time for a live stream during the live stream, and I'm totally putting this Diet Pepsi and whiskey into the fridge. It's too fucking warm. This is why ice is important. Yeah, Dirty Bronx native. We're going to be redefining what beans cost. We're redefining the entire industry. Beans are too expensive. With a small plant that's 2.5 feet by 3 feet, you can produce anywhere from 3 to 10,000 beans. At which point, properly executed, 60 to 75% of them are going to be dark, hard, and viable. Maybe even more. And so the fact of the matter is, nobody has any business charging too much for beans. So that's why 50 beans, well, it's going to cost you $100 USD. 25 beans, it's going to be $50 USD. Because no one has business charging more than $2 or $3 a bean. Dirty Bronx native, though, I mean, that is sort of like, you know, it's been, I think the femme beans actually got popular, not because of the cost. The cost went up after the popularity. The cost wasn't the part, it was the whole, like, don't waste your time, this or that. But I mean, the cost has always been huge. Like, I mean, beans have never really been cheap from any of these quote unquote breeder packs that come in like these things. You know, it's a well marketed, well packaged thing that comes from some company, blah, 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 blah. Like that pack of those shitty fucking copycat beans that we have in our thing, that's worth $450 on the internet if you go to their website. And I'm like, fuck off. Go die in a hole. That's horrible. Like, so, you know what? 25 beans, regular beans, proper beans, breedable beans, boom, $50. Hashtag boom. The fact is, the Dirty Bronx native, that shows the ignorance of the company. You can't guarantee females. Even on a feminized bean, you're going to get weird Hermes. You're going to get even the odd weird kind of male funky weird shit. The second you start to compound feminization, live stream to the live stream, you're destroying genetic integrity. You have no guarantees whatsoever. And the fact is, they may say they have a guarantee, but in this modern day and age, I'd like you to show me a company that's actually going to back you up. Some of them will. I'll give you that. But, nah, man. Go regular beans. Make them affordable. Stand by your shit. Fucking stop destroying genetic integrity and future generations of weed. Let it fucking just happen. Let it be. Let it be a thing. Okay, so JP page 2, 1, that's true. But 2, I'm also going to, even though I think they're a bunch of shit fucks at Copycat Genetics, which I do. I've openly talked about that. I'm also going to say that most, like, what do you think most companies are doing? Anyone who markets a known strain is ripping it off from somebody, you know? Every auto-flowering genetic ripped off the joint doctor. And is it ripping them off? Not necessarily, you know? It's a complex issue, I think, when it comes to both the cultivation and sort of marketing of genetics and strains. And I mean, you know, it's a thing. But I mean, so my issue with copycat genetics in this day and age is, 1, their prices are far too high. And 2, I have had countless people not be able to pop their beans consistently. So if you're charging like $1 billion and then your beans don't pop and then you're not making it up to them, that's like a triple negative of go fucking die in a hole to Uncle Potsquatch. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not going to comment on their names literally based off of, we rip everyone off and make it for you. If you made it affordable and reliable, I actually might respect that. It's kind of like a Robin Hood a pot. But instead, you went the ultimate opposite of that. Super capitalist douchebag dillweed. Hello, Prince John. For those of you who know Robin Hood will get the joke. But, yeah. Right? No, so Victor, nothing is currently for sale on our website. The lights are still up on the lighting website, but that's a different entity via our partners at Toll Strip. We've shut down our store right now. I'm personally paying to keep the website all hosted. It costs me Our computer people and our companies that we work with were solid, so it's only cost me $110 a month just to keep it up and not functioning. But we're waiting to get all of our stock back and everything we own. So once we do that, we can open it up again for everybody. But so right now, there's like literally nothing to sell. It's like I'm waiting, fighting legally to try to get it so we can try to do that. So. What's up, BMK? How you doing, buddy? Thanks. Right? Keeping a healthy flow. I'm assuming you're talking about the live stream of the live stream. Oh, man. So, let's shift gears here. I've been holding out, not showing you guys the plants. Everyone's like, can we see the babies? I was like, yeah, sure you can. Still haven't done it though. All right, so let's get in there and show you the little babies there. What's up, the Quiet Witch, baby? How you doing? Good to see you. Everybody, the Quiet Witch. You ever need a tarot reading or check out that tarot shit? You into that? Uncle Potsquatch is. I think it's kind of fun. Go check it out. The Quiet Witch on YouTube. It's a good time. But we're going to show you. We're going to show you the little babies. The first plants that I felt comfortable and positive about. I felt like I was in a healthy enough place. Yes, I'm putting the phone there on top of the tent while I unzip it. For the first time, I felt comfortable to start plants again. I felt better. So here's those ladies, okay? We got from Milo Grow Genetics there on Vancouver Island, we got their 8-ball Kush by Miracle Alien Cookies. And then from Tino's Genetics, we got the fucking Mendo cherries on that. All right? So let's take a look there. This has been 5 days. 5 days since they sprouted. Those of you saw the 24-hour, then the 72, it was either 48 or 72. This is even the tiny one. She's the one who came up like a day after. Look at her. Look at how developed those initial singular serratids. We've got our next trifoliates setting in on all plants aggressively. Okay? We've been giving them 20 hours on, 4 hours off. And look at that shit, baby. Look at the dancing fuck yes of hello. You know what I'm saying? Look at that. Business time. They're not even a week old yet. Not even a week old. And these are being grown under a Mark 1 or a Mark 2 V1 little squatch. 3500 Kelvin with the 301H chip. Hashtag boom, motherfucker. 1 second, everybody. I gotta do the tent back up now. I got animals. They will attack. They will attack the plants. And we do not want the animals to attack the plants. That would be bad. There we go. Whew. I was mopping the floor earlier. That's why the bean bag's kind of like in the doorway to the bedroom. And I was like stepping over the dogs. And it is what it is. What's up, Ivan? Good to see you, buddy. Well, you know, the Quiet Witch, they technically ain't titties yet, you know, the little babies, the little ones. But, you know, and some of them might be boys, some of them might be girls. We'll have to wait and see. But eventually, some of them will grow the weed titties, I see. I can feel a very great reckoning of strong weed titty force in that tent right now. It's like the first plant. It's like, finally my energy's back. I can communicate with them again. And they're like, hi, I'm on. Hi. Yeah, he is. All right. Fucking go, team. Let's do this. You know, it's getting ready, everybody. I'm pretty stoked. I'm not going to lie to you. I think it's going to be fucking epic, you know? And it's fun to see. Like, I mean, these initial singular serratids that were coming out have developed into such a wide breadth of both strains. It's like the beans knew Uncle Potsquatch prefers a genetic leaning in the indica world. Let us just give everything we have in our genetics to do this. They're some of the thickest initial singular serratids I've seen in a long time. And it's very exciting. I am a little stoned, I'm sorry. I'm enjoying this though. Like, These plants, though, I'm getting excited, everybody. I mean, I'm curious to see what they do in the long run. I think it'll be a good time. Oh, me too, my friends. Actually, and here's the fun story we can share with everybody. So it's funny, like I'm on a budget these days, obviously, right now, rebuilding the life, we'll get back to a place where we can just buy what we need. But and it's all walking home, and I'm like, God damn, like, knowing my luck, I was like, 7 of these plants, these 7 plants that we had going, all gonna go female. And watch them all be perfectly sexy females that I cannot pick one over the other. What if that happens? Shit. Those 3 pots I have are useless that we bought for the Purple Kush clones. We'll need to get some more pots. Those stupid black pots are expensive. So I'm walking along, right? There's this brand new house they've been building on my walk home. So they're doing the outdoor shit where they're fucking, I look over, there's like a billion 3-gallon pots just sitting there. So I go up to one of the fucking guys planting the things. I was like, hey bro, what are you doing with all those black pots? He goes, some of them go home with us, but if you want to take some, just do it. I was like, all right, son, boom. So I grabbed 15 of those 3 gallons, just picked it up, and I just started walking home. I got them on the porch right now. And the universe provided, my friends. Oh, my vape just smashed on the floor, but that's okay. We're excited about pots. It's more important. Check out, everybody. Boom. Look at that. Oh, nope. There we go. Boom. 15 3-gallon black pots ready to rock. Perfect to go. Ready to rock. All we got to do is make sure we clean those motherfuckers out before we use them. But it was like, boom. Even if all 7 plants go female, I technically have enough for 8 more plants. So it was awesome, and I was super stoked. And it's just like, like your life may fall apart. You may have very little to play and put it back together with, but when you start to find the magic again and you enjoy the simple things, it's like, I don't got any of my toys I've ever had for years, I got a little squatch, a tent. I don't even have fans. I got nothing. I got a little air filter I'm probably going to tie into this thing once I clean it out to like at least give some air movement maybe for it. But it's like, you're like, how am I going to do this? Watch them all be ladies. And the universe gives you some pots, man, on the walk home from work. And they're just like, yeah, bro, just grab some. All right, thanks. Well, and it's funny, right? And we are all Robert Paulson. I mean, think about this. Mate, most people wouldn't necessarily get excited about that. But for me, it wasn't even just the excitement about getting the pots. It was the fact that that morning, I legit sat there having a coffee in the morning, looking out over the city, going, no, fuck, that's like a chunk of budget I got to come up with in my like super duper tight budget right now. Crap. All right, well, I have to figure that one out. Walk home, same day, boom. Free pots. I know that sounds stupid, but by God, it's the simple pleasures in life, my friend. Wicked Wonka 999, I'm not even worried about it. We're just going to keep doing us and see what happens, my friend. I'm not going to comment on where we may go because I'm so uncertain about the next year, let's say, I don't know what's going to happen. I'm still involved with the splitting of the house and all this and all that crap, right? So, but I will say, for the first time in a long time, I'm feeling genuinely very excited about everything. I'm feeling like ready to rock and roll again, Uncle Potsquatch is here, and we're back, and we're ready to rock and roll. Let's go fuck around and see what the fuck happens, right? And so, yeah, feeling good about that, I'll tell you that. And I'm looking forward to getting all the products back so we can open up the store again and like rock and roll on that. That's going to be poop. And it's just good to like I'm back to loving my little baby plants. I'm feeling good about them. And like maybe, let's be fair. I mean,
maybe I couldn't grow before because I didn't have the animals back. I think that was a big thing for me as a grower too, to have my fur babies back, my two little puppies and my cat, and it just breathed new life into me. I think that makes sense, like it. Oh, thank you very much, Dylan. I appreciate that. But to have the animals back, um, has kind of boom. It's just like there's a spark in me again. I'm not feeling the need to just like let plants die. I'm like, I want to nurture little babies from the seed now. Here and I'm talking to them and I'm watering them again. Oh, wait a minute, I'm rediscovering what Potsquatch is, what I used to do. And oddly enough, romantically enough, it's in the very first place where we started this fucking channel. In the closet, in the bedroom. And that's kind of fun, isn't it? Yeah, right, Roman. Like, I mean, it's been good for me too, because like, small dogs and you're in the city, right? So you got to walk them like 8 times a day. Gives you really good like structure to the day now, because you got to, walk them. So you're like, all right, if I got to walk the dogs 8 times a day, and I work and I do all these other things, we got to be very structured in terms of our scheduling now. And therefore, in turn, it's been actually quite healthy. And no, I'm feeling good, everybody. I was a useless piece of fucking shit for a long time. I'll admit that. I'll be the first one to say that, like, hell, my heart wasn't even in like the runs we did at the new lab at the last house. Last year and a half, maybe even 2 years, 2 and a bit years, I haven't been fully the pot squatch I once was. And my contributions to the community and to all of you and what I used to bring to the table were less, and I was aware of it. And it took destroying that life and coming back to the city and trying to figure out, how the fuck do I stand up and do this shit? What the fuck did it even mean in the first place? And again, the romanticism of coming back to the place where it started, I don't think is lost on me in the slightest. But I'm starting to go back there. And I just want to say I'm sorry that I allowed myself into a place in my life with my partner at the time and my own stupidity in my head at the time to not be the full pot squatch and do what I did normally as well. But I think what was missing was the joy, the happiness, the excitement of doing it, and just the fun, the sheer stupid fun, and just like the adventure, and being able to appreciate it. And I became complacent, and I'm good at what I do. So the last couple of runs, like at that lap one, I was just kind of boom. I got so many toys now. I can just crank it out. It looks amazing, and it was amazing. But I didn't get excited, and it's like losing everything and being forced to try to start everything again with one tiny little light and nothing else except the generosity of like Felicia Casper, Skimpy Limpy, and Milo Grow Genetics to send me some beans. Like, and I'm just playing with what I got, and it's like the joy's coming back, the joy, the fun. And I think it's like some of you who are newer growers at home are watching. Maybe you couldn't relate to it. Like, remember when you first started kind of getting it, and you start getting excited about growing, and you're like, yeah, right, yeah, and it's like, I got my yeah coming back. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm like, dude, and look at those sexy, fat, fucking wee titty almost leaves. You know what I'm saying? Those fat leaves are gonna make some big titties one day. Like the ones that stay ladies. I mean, you could tell, nice, thick, brown sexiness. You know what I'm saying? They already got a decent set of trifoliates and last like 32 hours, and I'm like, all right, ladies, that is what Daddy like to see. Damn. And you just in these little kind of little coffee cups. Wait till we fucking let you root bound a little bit, self-desiccate on the first internodal level, and then we're gonna transplant you and gonna explode like a fucking grenade. It's gonna be sexy. All right, Mendo cherries. And I believe that was from Tino's Genetics or some shit like that. And then there's also the 8 Ball Kush by Miracle Elegant Cookies by Milo Grow Genetics, Vancouver Island. Check them out on Instagram. Hashtag boom. I think I have not read anyone's messages because I was on a tangent. To have animals is huge. I agree, Roman. One second, everybody. I'm just reading now, catching up on everyone's talking. Dirty Bronx native, I'm very humbly appreciative for the chance to help you with your shit, man. And I'm glad to help. So, like, all right. So, okay, let's play a game. Let's play a game. What do we think, everybody? Remember your answer to this, okay? We've got 7 plants now. We had 100% germination rate. We had 3 Mendo cherries, okay? We had 4 8-ball Kush by Miracle eating cookies. Now, here's the next question. They're all regulars, so who thinks, like, let's take a guess. How many females are we going to get? How many males are we going to get? Question 2, how many males and females on the MAC by 8-ball or the Mendo cherries? There's 3 Mendo cherries and 4 Miracle early cookies by 8-ball Kush. James Mercer, there's no definitive way for you to actually know what F strain any form of seed is. It's basically how good is the word the person you got it from is. And dependent on who it is, all right, you'll take it to a certain level of grains of salt, shall we say. But regardless of the fact, whether it's an F1 or an F8, we as growers, regardless, are going to germinate the seed, watch the seed, get to know the seed, observe the seed. And really, if we're just growing it, even if we want to mother plant it and grow it out, if we're happy with it, does it really matter the F generation? Probably not. The F generation reference, if it's a true one, mostly makes reference to an importance of a breeder's mindset of like, all right, so how selectively have we reduced this genetic gene pool? Do we know who even did the stabilization? Because, I mean, you can stabilize in so many different ways. So it's like, who made what decisions in terms of attributes? Like, this very well may be 100% GDP or Rockstar Kush, but if it's been stabilized out in a different way, you don't know what that they have done with it, right? And it could be so good or it could be so bad. I mean, it's all about the inflection, the personality, the opinions, the dance, the artistry of the breeder who takes her time to dance with the wheat, I hope that makes sense. Thank you, Victor. So Johnny Summertime says 4 females and 3 males. All right, dig it. Roman says 2 males out of the 7. I dig it. Wicked Wonka says like all the Mendo cherries are going to be female. Jason A says 4 and 3. I dig it. Roman Reckless says 2 males if you're lucky. The alien is going to be 2 males. All females, says Gunja, not your mama. Of course, that's how it is. You probably will flunk out with 0 males. Happens to me sometimes. Yeah, no, and I'm not going to lie to you. That's kind of been my personal guess as a grower, too. It's just because, like, the universe already knows that I'm so stressed out only having a 2x4 in this little squatch and nothing. Like, I won't lie to you. Like, I've experienced personal stress about having very little to play with at the moment. And I'm like, you know what? No, my fucking luck in the universe is, humor at me, It's going to be like, fuck them. We'll let them have the pots, but they're all going to be females. So, thanks a lot, universe. And in a normal world, I'd be very happy right now. But fucking cunts. I'm going to grow all 7 and just piss you off in the 2x4 now. Game on, universe. So, very likely, I think we've just had kind of a prophetic story of what this grow's going to go like. And you may hear me bitch and swear about it a bunch, but we'll find out. One second, everybody. I'm trying to find where I put my vape. So, all right. What do you think, everybody? So, we'll eventually get my other beans back, and we're going to whip out some cool things when that happens. But, So we've got some new things. So I'm thinking for the next run, or if we get another tent somehow going, and we'll do like multiple runs at once, different batches, right? We should do some of Johnny's summertime stuff when it shows up. You know, we'll take a vote of like who thinks of which one of the crosses of Johnny has sent that we should do, and it'll be fun. What do you think? I mean, I think it'll be good times, you know. And by the way, I'm still making that carbon filter video too. No, I know trichrome's Roxy socks. The thing that's frustrating me is like on the last run we did at lab before I knew my life was going to shit. You know, I did that quick turnaround, 3.5 weeks from seed to flip, and then kept them in small pots. And I normally am used to growing jungle plants. I've missed growing jungle plants. And I'm just sad, I guess. I miss growing big plants. I enjoyed my giant stupid things. They were a lot of work. I didn't even get to all the chores half the time because of how big and stupid they were. But they were my big and stupid, just like me. The small ones are far too, you know, I don't know, but we could do it again. Work with what you got. Don't get depressed, right? But I'm just being honest. I did enjoy everyone growing those giant, stupid, large plants for you. I'll tell you that. What's up, Growers Plus? How you doing, my friend? Soul Price was here the last show. I think he recently messaged me even too. I think Soul Price is good. Everybody, Soul Price was in the last show. He was hardcore in the last show. So I think, you know, we just all, you know, Uncle Potsquatch has been gone, right? So people adapt and they're not part of the, you know, the shows all the time and all that. But it's like, you know, it's been a while since I've been here, right? So people are just getting used to like, wait a minute, Potsquatch is back a couple times a week and is actually like not gonna like do it once or twice and then disappear again. Like, no, like I'm here now, motherfuckers. It took me over 3 months and a lot of beer and a lot of marijuana to try to re-put my brain together again. But here we are. As I don't know if it was Jason A, maybe it was Jason A. Someone else said, Potsquatch 2.0. Here we are. Potsquatch 2.0. We're at Lab 4 now, which is actually Lab 1. The circle of life. And we'll see what happens. But it's going to be good. I mean, I'm excited, everybody. I'm super excited. I'm still coming back. I'm still healing. I'll admit that, you know. But, like, I'm feeling good, though. Like genuinely. I barely cry anymore. Sorry, a personal self-deprecating joke, but it's like, I found that funnier than shit. And the fact is, the fact I can laugh about it, the fact I can genuinely publicly share with all of you, like, it's fucking hilarious. Like this story, my God, I've moved on now. So guess what, everyone? What have we done? We've literally written the most amazing, I should start shutting my cupboards. Yeah, she used to get mad about that, that's true. But anyway, see, another joke. But the fact is, like the chapter to this biography of the Potsquatch, we've written and added back into this shit. Oh, yeah. I'm also going to frame the shirt I was arrested in. And of course, it was a Potsquatch Growers Army shirt. Wrongfully arrested. It's all coming out in court now. We're finally having our truth come out. But I'm going to frame it. I'm going to sign it. With the date that it all went down. I'm going to hang it on my wall. I've saved the card from the arresting officer to add to the fucking piece of my memory. It's part of our history, everyone. Victor's like, I'm still getting used to Potsquatch without a beard. Well, I'll tell you, there wasn't a big beard on it when it first started even showing its face. I didn't show my face there for at least about 2 years, I tell you. Oh, no, Growers... dude, Growers Plus, it's okay. It sucked. It was an interesting experience to get beat to shit by the police on your own property when you didn't do anything. But been a humbling experience. And to finally have my truth come out in court, and everyone's like, oh, wait a minute, fucker's been honest the whole time. Nothing actually happened. It's been good, and I'm feeling good, you know? But took 4 of them to take me down, though. Funny thing is, I wasn't actually resisting either. I was just trying to lift myself off the ground and be like, what's happening? What are you doing? But, you know, I'm Potsquatch, so I just, you know, I could just keep, like, pushing them back. And, like, I wasn't being aggressive either. It was just like, what's happening? Boom. They started smashing my head in the pavement. What's happening? Boom. What's happening? What are you doing? Because I was asleep on the couch. It's funny though. But anyway, you know, good times, right? Good times. Good times. But you know, it's been a humbling experience. And to be fair, I mean, like, I'm feeling so positive in terms of kind of this new rediscovery of being on my own and being myself and rediscovering Potsquatch and what's important to me in my life. And without what had happened, I don't think we'd be on the right track of what we're supposed to do, if that makes sense. I probably wouldn't have given you that answer even 2 weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago. You know, like, I mean, it's a new thing where we're feeling really good about what we're doing and building the channel again and reclaiming self, and you know, it's been a positive, really. I think in the end, I think we were in a place where neither of us were happy, and it was detracting from both our lives in the end. We just weren't smart enough to deal with it smartly, and it disintegrated into stupid bullshit. And she, you know, I wish her the best, you know. I hope she goes well. I don't want to fight over the house. You take your half, I'll take my half. Good luck. We'll leave it at that. But I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. It's the first time, you know, in a long time where I'm like, Potsquatchers, get ready to fuck around. Like, let's make a good fucking roll of it, you know what I mean? Let's make a good go. We got Mendo cherries, milk and cookies by 8 Bolt Kush from Marlow Grow Genetics on Vancouver Island. We got Johnny Thelma Times shit coming in for the next run. It's going to be good. We're going to have some time with it. We're going to have some plays. And hopefully we get our beans back and our lights and all of our equipment. And then we can start doing a lot of fun little experiments. I'm going to reach out to AC Infinity, be like, motherfuckers, like, I'll push your shit because your tents are the shit. Set us a couple of tents so we can do some micro experiments for the apartment for everybody. We'll plug your shit. Watch that be like the first formal sponsor we've ever had. Uncle Potsquatch loses everything, but he reaches out to the one tent company he actually respects. I'll plug your tents. Actually, it's bad to plug tents, technically, but plugging the tents in terms of the inflection of representing them saying, hey, check these out. I've been using shit tents my whole career. Diodans. Cheapest tents on Amazon. But it goes to show you, like, you can get away with using crap, you know? There is something to be said for having nice toys. After losing all my toys, I'll be honest, it sucks. It really sucks. But at least I got a little Squatch, you know? Got a little Squatch. Little Squatch to rebuild with, you know? That's good. I like that. Hashtag boom. Right, Growers Plus, AC Infinity tents are like pimp. They're Cadillacs of tents, except that they don't break that easily. I love Cadillacs. I own Cadillacs, but yes. No, yeah. Oh, Roman, the one tent we had left, it was like, you know, I've said this in the last 3 shows, but like the tent and the little Scotch we're using were meant to be museum pieces of my life. It was an Diodan 2x4, brand new. But it's a shit tent, but it's affordable. And it's the Mark II V1, so it's like the first one. It doesn't even have the adjustable 150 on it as the driver. And I think this may very well likely be one of the, if not the first Mark II little Squatches ever made. And the Mark II's had its own development and occasional changes that we've done to it a few times throughout its existence, but this is like the first one. It was never meant to really be fired up. It was never really meant to be used. It gets fired up once a week for an hour, just to keep it working. But like at that thing, it'll exist for the next 600 years based on the time on the tech. It's just to keep it warm, keep things running through it, right? You know, use it for a while and it'll be good. But now it's all we have, so we fired that bitch up hard, and we're going hard in the 2x4 cheap I diode in with the fucking V2, V1 fucking little swatch. And we got 7 plants going on in that cocksucker, and we know the universe could be a dick fuck, so we're probably going to have 7 females to try to do in a 2x4 with a little swatch. Well, it's time to see what happens with a 2x4 and a little swatch, and potentially up to 7 plants. Hashtag woman to you. Yep. Oh, dude, Roman, you've been watching the channel a long time. Do you remember when I made that first panda film, like drapery? It was more like the clothesline hang style. And we had it curving around the grow. Do you remember when we did that at Lab 2? Oh, it was ghetto, but I loved it. Good memories. Well, my friends, I'll tell you, we're going to have some fun going forward. You know, I don't own a whole lot, you know, but like, check it out. I've been working on cleaning, you know, and like, oh, fucking camera, turn around. There we go. Been dusting out, resetting up, you know, Lab 1, you know. It's a bit of a mess in here. I've been unpacking, you know, some of the crap I got back. But this is actually the closet where we started the channel. There's the tent over there. That tent will probably shift over there. Probably put 2 4x4s there, you know, is what I'm thinking. But we're reclaiming the space. We're cleaning it. We're deep cleaning it. We're changing it. We're making it our own. It's part of, you know, self-care and getting back to being fucking Potsquatch and just say, fuck it. Let's get it done, you know? And it's coming together, everyone. I'm finally feeling good. And thank you for your patience and your understanding. It's taken a while. Not for your patience, it's taken a while for me to not be a dumb cunt and pull my head out of my ass and start to get my brain and shit together. But, you know, I just appreciate you is what I'm saying. So thanks for being fucking wonderful, each and every one of you. I love you. And I'll also say, I'm pretty sure any minute now I have to go downtown to go view some furniture at my buddy's place. He's bought another house and he's selling his condo, but he doesn't need the furniture. He's like, you want to come view any of the shit? If you want it, you can take it for your place. So I'm going to go take a look. I got a ride. It's probably already here and I've missed the call. That's all right. So, thank you for tuning in to the show tonight. It's been a wonderful, interesting time, and guess what? There's going to be a lot more wonderful, interesting times going forward. Like, subscribe if you'd like to. If not, that's fine too. Just keep watching the fucking show. That's the most important thing. Tell your friends, tell your family though, if you'd like. The store at potsquatchsales.com will be open soon with the full CBD line, the full clothing line, and expanding clothing line, the genetics, and etc., and many things to come. We're even launching a custom limited edition sculpted bong line. Well, we've talked about it in previous shows, but, you know, that's another thing we've been working quietly, slowly, but surely in the background on development. But, you know, it's all coming out. It's all going to be good, okay? So, you know, basically love you. Thanks for tuning in. And remember, the true grower is the forever student. The true grower is not afraid to take risks. The true grower makes educated, stupid decisions. Love yourselves. Love each other. And remember, it's a weird, crazy, dark world out there. We should not work against each other. We should work together. You never know what someone's going through. Show them a smile and a bit of compassion. Together, we may just not blow ourselves the fuck up. Love ya. See you next time, motherfuckers. Hell, we might even do a live tomorrow, because I got the next 2 days off. Oh. I'm on the phone. There we go.